Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon. Please sit down. Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Secretary Greg Domingo, Secretary Renel Mendras, Secretary Joel Villanueva, Director General Lilia de Lima, General Gregorio Catapang, former Chief Justice Hilarion Davide Jr., former Comelec Chair Sixto Brillantes, the 2015 PEZA awardees, PEZA Board of Directors, partners from the business sectors, fellow workers in government, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. There are times I'm asked, because they're going to present both good news and bad news to me. So I'm asked, which would I rather hear first? And normally I say, please give me the bad news first so that we wind up having the good news at the end of the day. Okay. So let me start out with giving you the bad news. I must admit that the biggest problem I have is that we still have made no progress in cloning Director General Lilia de Lima. We hope to succeed before her retirement. I'm sure that no one here can imagine a PEZA without her at the helm. Now that we have dispensed with the bad news, perhaps it's time also for the good news. I'm reminded that it is PEZA's 20th anniversary, and the laws empower me to grant you a bonus subject to the submission of the appropriate paperwork. I assure you that I'm eagerly awaiting the submission of the said papers so that we can authorize the bonus for all of your 400 plus peasants. For 20 years now, PEZA has been the vanguard of our efforts to turn the Philippines into a prime destination for investments, from promoting the competitiveness of our country to facilitating the operations of investors in its special economic zones. More than this, strong leadership has instituted a culture of integrity and dedication in the agency. As Director General de Lima says, no red tape and no corruption, just non-stop service and red carpet treatment for all partners. Everyone can attest to this, but just in case there are one or two out there who still harbor doubts, please let us take a look at the numbers. As of December 2014, total PEZA-approved investments have reached an outstanding 2.86 trillion pesos. Of that amount, more than 45%, or about 1.3 trillion pesos in investments, were recorded under our administration. May I emphasize that these are official numbers as of last December. Recent developments leave us optimistic that this trend will continue. After all, in 2014, the Philippines recorded an all-time high of $6.20 billion in net foreign direct investments, almost 6 times what we received in 2010. None other than the Director General de Lima can provide proof of this resurgence in foreign investor interest. I hear, for instance, that for the past few years, she has had standing invitations from our ambassadors posted in Europe to undertake investment promotion activities in the respective posts, when before there were 0 invitations. Our neighbors in Asia have displayed the same heightened interest, to name a few: Japan, Korea, and Singapore. At the rate we are going, PEZA recorded investments under this administration may soon exceed the value of the investments recorded under the previous 3 administrations. Actually, Secretary Domingo was telling me that he sees no challenge in surpassing the 50% mark of total investments in PEZA. These facts are impressive. At the same time, we should not forget the stories behind them. The stories of investors whose confidence in the Philippines has skyrocketed thanks to good governance reforms and the consistent high performance of Filipino workers. There are also the stories of these workers themselves, the 1,078,157 men and women who have received gainful employment through PEZA-registered companies since 1995. Let us also not forget the multiplier effect that PEZA jobs have on local economies. We are told by the Director General herself, conservatively, there are 5 indirect jobs for every person employed, which means that at least 5 million people have been positively affected by the work of everyone here this afternoon. Of course, I would be remiss if I failed to acknowledge the invaluable contributions of our partners in the private sector, whether from here or abroad. Back when you were scouting locations for your businesses, you came to the Philippines and saw our vast potential, manifested in the hardworking and talented Filipino people. You liked what you saw, you bet on our countrymen, and you are now reaping the just fruits of that decision. I'm even told that there are some companies who established operations here 10 years ago, seeing their profits spike. tripling, or perhaps even quadrupling. I am genuinely pleased by your success, and I hope that this upward trajectory continues for your businesses, especially since the majority, if not all of you, have displayed a sincere commitment to the Filipino people. We need go no further than our awardees to see proof of this. By prioritizing employee welfare and relations, by strengthening relationships with the community, by safeguarding the environment, and by recording outstanding export performance while being good corporate citizens. You have indeed shown that you are here not only to make a profit, but also, and more importantly, to partner with our people to reach greater heights. The Filipino is typically known for his hospitality, the importance he gives to family, and his bayanihan, that strong sense of solidarity and unity with his fellow men. By investing in our countrymen, you have likewise invested in these qualities. Perhaps we can go further than just a partnership. I believe that those enterprises that succeeded best were those who made their colleagues and employees feel part of one family, with all your futures and successes intertwined. This, I believe, has redounded to a dedication that others around the world will be and are hard-pressed to match. The Filipino people have always been capable of great things. I'm reminded that even during the darkest days of martial law, when my father, the late Senator Ninoy Aquino, was sentenced to die by musketry, in the isolation of his solitary confinement, he continued to believe in the Filipino. And he has said, the Filipino is indeed worth dying for, and he would remain true to that statement. Looking back on everything my countrymen have accomplished, from removing a dictator through peaceful means to spurring positive change in the country, I can say it has truly been a privilege to lead our people. We have worked all this time to give them the right opportunities and an environment conducive to success. So long as the next administrations likewise strive to do so, we can reach greater and greater heights. Those of you who have entrusted us are already reaping the benefits. Given the newfound optimism and confidence we see in the Philippines today, given the radical change in attitude of our country, I believe that what has happened these past 4 years and 9 months is but the start. So long as we keep this path, I can say with full confidence, you ain't seen nothing yet. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.